what's going on. My name is Eli Gazawa, and I want to talk with you today about uh, about Gaza, about the one moment and hello, listen me now, now better, and let's change something in the audio. I speak with the microphone. I check something. Yeah, you listen me good now? Okay. Now, right now, good, 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 good. I think now, one moment, now better, one moment. You listen me good, you listen me good, you listen me better. Now, right now. Okay, I think we can to start to speak about what happening in the world right now. You listen me good, you listen me. I play with the microphone. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You listen me? Yes. Okay, let's start to talking about what happening in Gaza, how to bring back all hostages home, how to make great hostages deal, and what is the tools they have in Israel to bring back all hostages, Israeli Jewish hostages home, and how to end the war in Gaza in total victory of Israel, and how we finish and end the war in Gaza. In Israel will be win. How Israel can to win in the war in Gaza. Listen. You okay? I think yeah. One moment. Okay. I think we must in Israel, we must to protect itself. And I think we in Israel, I think right now it's what better in this time to end the war in Gaza, to finish the war in Gaza, in total victory of Israel and the great deal. I offer my plan for the future of Gaza and the best future for this region, and how Israel be prosperity in this decade, these 5 years, and how to make Israel great again, better place, make Israel great again, and how to what to do in Gaza Strip. Okay, I want to share with you something about Gaza. Okay, everybody. Okay. I share the screen. I do this. Great. Very great. This is Gaza Strip, everybody. So little, so small, and Israel must, and Egypt, and all United States, and all countries in the region must to solve this problem. I think what we need right now is this. This is my plan for bring back all hostages home, all Israeli hostages, how to bring back all Israeli hostages home, and how we save a life, we save a lot of life, and how Israel can to solve this problem. I think we must, in Israel, we must to do this. Give Hamas, after the Israel agree the Trump plan for Gaza, and the Trump peace plan for Gaza. I think Trump peace plan for Gaza is great, is better. It's demilitarized from all Gaza, demilitarized all Gaza, demilitarized Hamas. Hamas needs to surrender and not control Gaza anymore. And Gaza controlled by the United Arab Emirates and the Bahrain and Saudi Arabia and a lot of modern Muslims countries, also United States of America, and Israel doesn't can to control Gaza, I think, right now, because we have a problem. We doesn't have sovereignty to the Negev area, to the southern Israel. This southern Israel we doesn't control right now, because they have a lot of criminals and crimes in this area. Bedouins, Muslims, Islamist crimes in this area, and we must to be safe nation, safe cities, secure borders, and we must this in Israel, and almost in the southern Israel, and all what I think, what I say, that how to bring back hostages home. I think in Israel, in Gaza, Hamas holding 20 Israeli Jewish hostages in Gaza. 20 hostages are alive in Gaza, kidnapped by Hamas in the 7th of October attack. The great solution in this, Israel is so divided in this subject, this topic, so divided Israel between left and right and this, and what I think we must to bring back all hostages home and let them go, all hostages home and back to Israel, back to better life, and bring back freedom to all 20 Israeli hostages home, and this is the greatest mitzvah in the Judaism, to bring back all Jewish hostages. Never anyone go behind and kill all Israeli hostages back to Israel, back to bring back, and we must this so much to do this, and we must this for the Israeli society, for the growth to Israeli society. We must this in Israel. We must this so much. It's for, we need this for healthy. This is what we need right now to let freedom to all Israeli Jewish hostages are holding by Hamas in terrible one moment. The Israeli hostages in Gaza in terrible conditions, holding in Gaza in terrible conditions, in very, very terrible conditions, in tunnels, in not see sunlight, and so starvation, the real starvation in Gaza, it's are in Israeli Jewish hostages. That is the real starvation in Gaza, that Hamas tactic to starving and starvation and make Israeli hostages hungry for food and doesn't give them food. Hamas doesn't give them food. Hamas doesn't give them water. Hamas doesn't give them better conditions. Hamas gives them only terrible conditions and holding in tunnels underground under Hamas. This is terrible situation. We must stop this. We must bring back all those Israeli hostages, all Jewish Israeli hostages home. This is we must for this to bring back all Jewish Israeli hostages home. And I make a video. I add a link to my video to I do in May 2025. In last May, I make video about the future of Gaza. This is episode 2 about this. Next video, what is the future of Gaza Strip? And I think this time, this solution take land from Muslims, Islamists, Palestinian, and take them land, take them surface, take them land, take them land is the only solution we can. And to deportation to all Gazans, Palestinian from Gaza, deport them to Egypt. And I speak this in the last video I do in Gaza in May 2025. I think what we need is to in Gaza, in the day after, that Israel control and sovereignty, make sovereignty all Gazan Strip. After this government are replaced and we have 100% Zionism, right-wing government in Israel, 100% Zionism, liberals, conservative, doesn't matter, only Zionism government, entire Zionism government that believe the entire land of Israel and from the river to the sea, Israel will be free. And we need and we must to do something about Gaza. I think the Trump plan for Gaza, it's great. Trump plan for Gaza and Trump peace plan for Gaza. Two plans are great, but I doesn't believe the Palestinian Authority controlling Gaza. This is terrible. This is going to be terrible because Palestinian Authority educate and support terror and pay terrorists, pay Hamas terrorists, and they pay Islamic jihadist terrorists in the Israeli jail, and actually, if you more kill Jews, Palestinian Authority more pay for you. That is terrible. We must change it, and Palestinian Authority support and improve terrorism. And Palestinian Authority is the terrorist entity. It's terrible. It's educate for terror like Hamas, books terrorism, or Palestinian Authority educate terrorism like Hamas, and the book of learning Palestinian education system have a lot of content against Jews, against Israelis, against Jews, and against all something that are not Muslims. It's terrible. We must to destroy the Palestinian Authority and build something new in this region. something good. We must. The best way to bring hostages home in this my way. Stop all humanitarian aid from Gaza. Britain and Great Britain and United Kingdom doesn't give Nazi Germany 1 kilogram for food. Doesn't give for in humanitarian aid for Germany. Churchill doesn't give for Nazi Germany and Germanish people in the World War II 1 kilogram food in humanitarian aid for them, because Germany is enemy for Britain in World War II. Nazi Germany in World War II is enemy for United Kingdom. In the history was in World War II. I speak about World War II. And also this in this time and this day of we are going to World War III between Israel and the Western civilization against radical Islamist, jihadist, fanatic, fundamentalist ideology and the anti-Western and communist powers in the world. And I think we must in Israel, we must to stop humanitarian aid now for all Gazan. One moment. As long as Israel responsibility to Palestinian humanitarian aid, as long as Israeli responsibility to humanitarian aid for Palestinian and Gazan, we only defected, we only failure, and we only failure in this. I criticize Prime Minister of Israel Benjamin Netanyahu policy for give Gazan and give Palestinian Gazan and give Muslim Islamist jihadist Palestinian Gazan humanitarian aid. This is terrible policy. This is our embender. This is our abander to all Israeli hostages, this to death, the humanitarian aid for Palestinian, because this is the CERN. This is CERN to pressure for Hamas. This is great tool, the humanitarian aid, to pressure on Hamas to bring all hostages and let them all hostages go and bring back home to all hostages, Israeli Jewish hostages to home. And my plan to this, until all hostages not home, we must to end and to stop humanitarian aid for Gaza from the Israeli border with Gaza. A humanitarian aid can to open with Egypt, from Egypt. Egypt must to open more humanitarian aid for Gazan and for Palestinian Islamists and this. And I think all 2 million Palestinians in Gaza support Hamas. Polls are see this and watch this. The 97 of all Palestinians in Judea and Samaria and in Gaza support Hamas. 97%, and then other 3% support Fatah, Ashraf, or as PLO, Palestinian Liberty organization that call to country Palestinian state from the river to the sea without Jewish states and without Israel to be Islamic state. That is terrible and terrible thing. We must stop this, and we must to end and stop to be responsibility for humanitarian aid for Palestinian Gazan. Israel is not rich country, it's not rich state, it's not rich country, doesn't have a lot of money and to pay this and to fund this. And we must to country like United Arab Emirates or Saudi Arabia to do responsibility in the humanitarian aid for Palestinian Gazans. And also, I think that we must to and to stop to give Palestinian Gazan Muslims, Palestinian Muslims to humanitarian aid until the all Israeli Jewish hostages will bring them home back to Israel. We are must this. And we need in Israel to do this. To say to Hamas clearly this message. If we give you 1 week to demilitarize with weapons and bring back hostages, all Jewish Israeli hostages, live and dead, home, bring back to Israel. Or 1 week we have to do this until 48 hours, or 48 hours, 2 days. We give you 2 days. All hostages, bring them home, and you surrender your put, and you put up a white flag, and we must to bring back all Jewish Israeli hostages alive or dead home. And if you do this until 48 hours, 2 days, we are give for your people, for Palestinian Muslims, Gazans people, we give you a lot of humanitarian aid. We supply for you a lot of humanitarian aid, and we flood Gaza with the food and humanitarian aid and humanitarian aid, and we flood Gaza and food and water supply and food, water, and medicals, and also medication, and also medication and medical service and medical, and also this to all Palestinians in Gaza. And if you bring back all those Israeli hostages home, but Israel don't do this, Israel give to other countries like United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia to do a responsibility and give them responsibility for healthy and for food and for water and for education and for healthy and a lot of things for Palestinian. We must Gaza. I offer that in my last video about Gaza, I do and add link the bottom in this, and comments below, or in the description. I do this video, I add this video in description. And what I want to say, my plan for Gaza after the all Israeli hostages home, if you bring back all Israeli hostages home for 2 days and all dead or Israeli live hostages, Jewish alive and dead Israeli hostages home for until 2 days, we give you better life under Saudi Emirates and the coalition control Gaza, led by United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the United States of America, India, Indonesia, China, Singapore, and all this. And then we give for a Palestinian to voluntary migration for all Palestinian. I want to leave Gaza. To Somaliland and to other countries, or Egypt, or area in Egypt are called Triangular Khalif, or we give, or Jordan, Palestinian, Judea, and Samaria, and also Palestinian in Gaza, leave to Egypt, to Jordan, to Saudi Arabia, to United Arab Emirates, to Qatar, to Bahrain, to Oman, to Turkey, and Syria, and Iraq, and Somalia, Somaliland, Ethiopia, Sudan, Libya, and all these countries. All is possible. We can do this. If you want, is no legend. Like Herzl said, everything is possible, and we must let all and freedom to all Palestinian Gazans, Muslims, to leave Gaza. We must the all Palestinian leave Gaza for Egypt and open to Egypt, and then go to the sea in cruise ships and this, and go to only Muslims state. This is my solution. Voluntary migration is the solution, best solution for Gaza. And in Gaza and Judea and Samaria doesn't have only one Palestinian. And all Palestinians will be free, have freedom, will have freedom, all Muslims. And I think it's very terrible that Israeli people can to fly to and travel around the world, but Palestinian doesn't. Why? Because the Palestinian leadership is so corrupted from the core and doesn't give them freedom, and the Palestinian leadership and Palestinian ideology presence are all Gazan Palestinian in Gaza and doesn't give them freedom. But the majority of Palestinians in Gaza want to freedom, want to leave Gaza from the Egyptian Gaza border and leave Gaza and open to Egypt. And this is what we want, to live in Dubai, live in Doha, live in Kuwait, live in Saudi Arabia, Neom, live in the space, live in Antarctica. If you want everything possible, this is what I believe. Realistic, not realistic, this is what I believe. And what we have in Gaza in the future, let's see. Gaza divided to two Gazans, southern Gaza and northern Gaza. Southern Gaza, I speaking this about this solution, I speak this a lot in about Basor River and Basor River are divided Gaza to two Gazans. Or what is no, I think Israel must control over there if Israel can. If not, United States control Gaza and to do this, or Emirates control Gaza and to do this, and Gaza to be the eighth Emirates in United Arab Emirates, or Saudi Arabia colonies, or United States are control only United States of America until Israel are ever big restart, big deep restart. And we must do this. We must in Israel. But the end of the story, Israel to control Gaza. Israel control Gaza. Palestinian doesn't can to leave Gaza after 7th of October. One Muslim Palestinian doesn't can to leave Gaza. We must to security. We want to security. We want to safe, to be safe country in the world like El Salvador, like Hungary, like Poland. And I doesn't want Palestinians are killed. I want Palestinians have freedom. I want to give Palestinian freedom. I want one thing. Give Palestinian freedom for Gaza and free Gaza from Hamas. Free Palestinian from Gaza. Free Palestinian from the ideology are present in. This is what I want. This is freedom. I want to give Palestinian freedom. I doesn't racist. I doesn't against Islamophobe. I doesn't this. I want to give Palestinian freedom. Travel the world, travel the space, live in Mars, live in Moon. We must to build the space colonies, and Palestinians is the best people for this. This is my vision. And Somaliland want to recognize in the United States with the Trump administration. I want this. Israel must recognize Somaliland. The United States must recognize Somaliland as a state, is an independent state. But all Palestinians in Gaza and Judea and Samaria must to live there. This is the solution. And Israel develop and and Israel build a lot of desalinization, water supply in Somaliland, and this is prosperity vision. And what's going on in Gaza land, Gaza surface, Gaza land, what to do this big, huge surface. First of all what is northern Basor River must to be controlled, must to be built the futuristic city, the smartest city in the world, the digital city in the world, the greenest city in the world, the ecologic city in the world, the futuristic city in the world, Dubai and Singapore of the Middle East, the logistics center of the world, the biggest port in the world, new Gaza city. This is my vision, to build a new city that called New Gaza, futuristic city. I speak this towers, skyscrapers, a lot of skyscraper towers, and business downtown, and technological and Silicon Valley of the Middle East, and startup and companies and big tech move there. Zero taxes, zero tariffs, zero regulation for business, zero bureaucracy for business, and free trade zone, and like Singapore, and zero tariffs, zero taxes about any goods and about any trades. And this city came to be Dubai of the Mediterranean Sea and Singapore of the Middle East. It's amazing vision. Until the Basor River, this city came to, and all Muslims are Zionism and Muslims are, if ever Zionism and Muslims came to leave this city, and Palestinians uh, are give Israel knowledge about hostages or help Israel or hate Hamas or against Hamas, can to leave this city, or against PLO or against Hamas, can to leave this city, this Gaza, new Gaza city, and bring back Gaza, if and give Israeli citizenship. And Jewish people, from all Jewish people, a lot of Jewish people, youngest Gen Z Jewish people must live there. Jewish city, Gaza to be Jewish city, Jewish Arabs, Americans, Christian Jews, Christian can to live there, and American, and Gen Z, and also this. And then what we have in this area, southern Gaza Strip, or from southern the Basor River until the Yad Mordechai and Sderot in the northern border with Gaza Strip, until from the northern border in Gaza Strip from Yad Mordechai and Sderot until the Basor River, we build the Gaza city with the smartest city in this. And here in the Deir el-Balah area, we must to build the biggest military base in the whole Middle East, in the whole Mediterranean Sea, in the whole world. Deir el-Balah must to be the American military base in all Middle East, in the whole world, biggest air base, military base, air for the Air Force, and we must to build so much, build baby build real estate, build baby build. And I want to see with you something about the city New Gaza. New Gaza can be amazing, great city, and the best city in the world, like Singapore, like Dubai, like I have vision. I have vision for the future. I have vision for humanity. I think outside the box. We need more leaders like me, and I think this is great. And also, look my city. Look, one moment. One moment. One moment. I want Gaza look like this. One moment. Okay, Gaza must look like this. This city, this is a picture I create in AI. How Gaza look like, and this is my vision. Gaza look like tower, skyscraper, metro, public transportation, green city, ecologic city. This is only what I want. The best city in the world. Build the best city in the world, build the futuristic city of Israel, the future city of Israel, and the Israeli future, and the Israeli city future, and the vision like Israel 2030, and this, and then one moment, I want to what moment? One moment. Wow. Okay. We must to build the beautiful city in beautiful Middle East and Mediterranean East Riviera. We must to build Riviera from the Nahariya and Rosh Hanikra to Rafah, and we must build beautiful Riviera and in the Israeli Sea, and also we one moment. If we have a picture creating AI, yeah. This what I search. This. Okay. Great. I found this. Yes. Okay. This is my vision for Gaza. This. I want Gaza look like this. Look like this. This is only what I want. Gaza look like beautiful city with the trains, public transportation network, trains, and the trains network in down city, underground, and under metro, and the train public transportation, and also this. And I wanted to Israel do this. One moment. My English is I practice English like I do my videos, these videos, and my computer, it's very slow. We must be the light rail in a Gaza network and build a tower, skyscraper, a beautiful skyscraper, beautiful towers, beautiful buildings, the beautiful, amazing, big build build a beautiful port in Gaza. We must do this. We must do this to build prosperity future for the next generation in Gaza. And then we must to build, one moment, I share with you something. Okay. I think what we need, it's in Israel, we must first of all in the Gaza policy to say Hamas this message. One moment. If you not bring back all Israeli Jewish hostages home until 2 days, we make all Israeli Air Force and we make all Israeli Air Force and we make decision that all Israeli Air Force bombing sheet of all Gaza and attack from the air. We in the 2 days in the one moment, we are bring back all Israeli soldiers, all Jewish Israeli soldiers and all IDF soldiers from the surface powers and surface force from Gaza, out from Gaza. 2 days we give you to bring back all hostages, dead or alive or dead. 20 live all hostages are alive. Must to back in 2 days. We take out to all Israeli forces from the surface forces out from Gaza. We give you 2 days to bring back all hostages home. We out to from Gaza 2 days, and we give you 2 days to bring back all hostages live and mostly alive and dead. Go back to home, and we must this. And if you not to do this, Israel take all airplane, all air force, all air power, all airplane, military airplane, and all this, we take off them and we bombing sheet of all Gaza. And we open the border with Egypt and we give to Gaza to opportunity to leave Gaza, to save them life. We must this. And we must to build in the Deir al-Balah area. In the Sirat area, we must to build the Basor River golf park, the biggest golf park in the world in Gaza, the biggest golf park in the world. We must build a huge golf park that all Israeli, Jewish, Christian, Arabs, this can to play golf together from all Middle East, play golf together in the Sirat area. We build the biggest golf park and the huge golf park in the world. In Deir al-Balah area, we build the biggest American military base in the world that protect we build the biggest Air Force base, military base, biggest Air Force base, biggest military base, and biggest and the biggest uh, naval base, military naval base. We must to build a naval base for all America and all USA. We give to this base to gift for United States. We must give gift for United States for all aid United States supply for Israel. Israel must to bring them back and give gift for United States of America. We are support United States. We are proud to be support United States is the biggest ally for Israel and help Israel a lot. Israel must for them. Israel must to give gift for United States of America, and the gift is the biggest American military base, naval base, surface force, and air force base, and all this, and biggest military base in the world, that more biggest than the American military base in Qatar, built in Gaza, in Deir el-Balah, and all what is southern Deir el-Balah, Han Yunis, Rafah, all this area, all this, Israel must to build the biggest solar farm in the Middle East. The biggest solar farm in the Middle East to supply green energy. And in Judea and Samaria, you see all this, all the Jordan River area, all the Jordan Valley, or Jordanian Valley in the Judea Desert. Israel must to build in all Judea Desert and all Jordanian Valley to solar farm, to supply solar energy, and let out, kick them out to all Palestinian, to Jordan. Jordan is the real Palestine. 90% of all Jordanian call them Palestinian. 90%. It's a huge number. It's strong number that see Jordan is the real Palestine. It doesn't decide two-state solution. If Jordan is the Palestinian state, are controlled, the Hashemi elite are de-radicalized, demilitarized, de-radicalization, de-jihadification, and de-radicalization and demilitarization for all Palestinians in Jordan. And Hashemi and Abdallah regime are controlling Jordan. And Jordan is the real Palestine. The elite are control the people, and the elite in Jordan must be hierarchy society. That elite, dictatorship elite by King Abdallah is an amazing king and amazing leader for Jordan, control the whole Palestinian and control the education system in Jordan, and America and Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates funded to Jordanian education system. And we must in Israel to build in Judea and Samaria, build, make Hebron, Bethlehem, Yericho, Nablus, and also to Jewish cities. And we must to build the Israeli settlements and build more settlements and all settlements and all in Judea and Samaria. We must develop them. We must to build them. We must to Ariel, Gush Etzion, and also this. We must build cities here. We must to take all. We must to take all settlement and make all settlement in Judea and Samaria. We must build them city, big, huge city, in all Judea and Samaria. We must make sovereignty to all Judea and Samaria. Trump, no Trump, Biden, no Biden. We must make sovereignty in Judea and Samaria because we have a content to Judea and Samaria, the land of Judea, Jews came from Judea, and we must to make sovereignty to Judea and Samaria because the Jewish people have connected this land. This is land of ancestors. We connect this land 70,000 years of Judea and Samaria. We must, this land is controlled by Israel. This is the solution. And all Palestinian out, and all Muslims Palestinian. Christian can to live this land, better life, and Israel, all Christian can to live there, live a beautiful life in land of Israel, and all countries are recognized. State of Palestine! We recognize the state of Palestine. Country doesn't exist. So much hypocrisies. France, a lot of crimes, a lot of Islamic jihadist criminals, terrorist jihadists are controlled and are occupied this France. Before France are speaking about the Israeli occupation, first of all, speak the Islamic occupation in France, in Paris, Marseille, and a lot of cities in France are occupied by radical Islamist jihadists. Immigration, massive illegal immigration, aliens immigration came for France and controls France, and France have economic collapse, a lot of debts, no growth anymore, factories are closed, electricity, water so high, expensive, food so expensive, water so expensive, all so expensive in France. And France have economic managers and monetary managers most failure, very failure monetary management, and the productory management in France so failure. All Macron leadership and financial management in France so failure because Macron leadership are so corruption. Macron that destroyed France and give to Muslims illegal aliens immigration to go to France and occupy France, and the France have the biggest Muslim community and have more terrorism, more violence, more crimes, more criminals, more homelessness in France, more fentanyls, more drugs, more violence in family, more violence against children, violence against women, violence against men, and violence against animals, and also violence against Jewish, anti-Semitism so growth in France, and doesn't have police in France. Police doesn't exist in France because all France occupied by radical Islamist jihadists. If Marine Le Pen doesn't control France in 2027, France is lost forever by radical Islamist jihadists. And the white people in France doesn't make children, but the white Christian people in France doesn't make children, but the Muslims make a lot of children. And also, let's speak about Britain. our economy decline, and they have the biggest economy decline in the 300 years. Britain are recognized to Palestinian state because Britain are occupied from radical Islamist jihadists, fundamentalists, wanted to occupy, uh, but fortunately, the 90% of all Britain people is very smart people. Is are against the Britain are recognized the Palestinian state, and very against that United Kingdom are recognized Palestinian state. They are against it. They are rejected. They doesn't want this. They are wanted strong relationship with Israel. The Britain government so corruption, so idiot, so doesn't popular, the most doesn't popular government in the history of Britain, are divided Britain people are completely disconnect from the Britain people. This government of Britain completely disconnect from Britain people. Are limited freedom of speech, limited people are say something against Muslims are can to be in the jail to 3 years, but anti-Semitism it's legitimate in United Kingdom of today. That is terrible. That is so much terrible. That is so much hypocrisy. That is so much terrible policy. That Keir Starmer is the most failure prime minister control the United Kingdom in all history of United Kingdom. We must change it. And then France, Britain recognize Palestinian state. Let's talking about Belgium, that Brussels are the majority of the people in Brussels, the capital city of Belgium, are Muslims, radical Islamist jihadist Muslims, and the crimes, drugs, crimes, drugs, terrorist attack in Brussels, and the crimes and violence and terrorism, and very up. And the all Muslims doesn't work in France, Britain, and the Belgium doesn't work and give money from the government, give funding and money, and live from allowances, completely live from the allowances. That is terrible. That is so much terrible policy, and we must change it. Europe, the European leaders so disconnect from European people, and European Union so disconnect from Europe's, and the European leaders lead Europe until Europe is a suicide, and this is wanted progressive leftist communist leaders, like dictators like Macron and Keir Starmer and Belgium and Pedro Sanchez, so much corrupted leaders and corrupted prime minister, until that elected Spain have a pro-Palestinian, pro-jihadist policy that lead by Pedro Sanchez, by surrender by radical Islamist jihadists, illegal Muslims, aliens, immigration, are control Barcelona and a lot of city in Spain, and Spain give a lot of Muslims immigration, and this reason, and this results a lot of crime, terrorist attack, crimes, drugs, violence in family, violence against women, violence against Jews, anti-Semitism, homophobia, it's high in all Europe. because they give Muslims illegal immigration. Stop this now. Spain, it's occupied also. In United Kingdom, all mayors in all cities are Muslims. The mayor of London is Muslim. The mayor of Birmingham is Muslims. The mayor of Manchester is Muslims. All mayor in England, Liverpool, Muslims. All the mayor of England, the mayor of Cambridge, the mayor of Oxford, all mayors in United Kingdom are Muslims. That is so much terrible, so much terrible. They are occupied from inside the United Kingdom. Also Ireland that recognized Palestinian state. Spain have a lot of unemployment high in also United Europe, in also European Union. Spain is the most highly unemployment rate in all European Union. Also France have a lot of unemployment rate in all in all European Union. French and Spain have a lot of unemployment rates in all European Union, in all Spain, France, Germany, very deep decline. And how to explain this? Explain me, and I know this the answer. Who is the only country in European Union are growth highly so much right now? Poland. I give you the answer. Poland. Why? Why Poland? Why Poland? Why we need to must invest in Poland? Because Poland doesn't give, all this last decade, doesn't give even one Muslims illegal aliens immigration. No even one. Poland protects itself. And Poland, the GDP per capita is the most highly in the whole European Union. The economy of Poland, it's so the GDP of Poland high than the GDP of Germany, France, Belgium, Netherlands, Britain, Spain, and Japan together. Poland is the most growth economy in the European Union. Poland, Eastern Europe. You believe this? The GDP in Poland moved the $1 trillion, and Poland joined the 20G, the 20 economies, the biggest economies in the world. This is amazing. Wow. Poland doesn't, to be Muslims is Poland, it's illegal. Poland give Muslims, Poland give immigrants from Ukraine. Poland give immigrant from South America. Poland give Chinese immigrant because they know Ukrainian and this Chinese immigrant are work hard and part of society that are immigrant them. Not came to control the country that are immigrant them. And Poland have smartest policy. Poland is prosperity policy. Look like Warsaw today. Warsaw is a futuristic prosperity city in all Europe. Is the best city of Europe. Clean, doesn't have homelesses, doesn't have drugs, doesn't have narcotics, doesn't have criminals. Warsaw is the best city in all Europe. In all Europe, Warsaw and Poland is the best. Poland are growth and growth and growth because the independent policy that I give money in the investments in China, from China, Poland give a lot of things. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is so much amazing. Wow. Wow. And Poland support Israel, and there are only revenue this. Hungary support Israel, only revenue this from this. Countries support Israel, Czech Republic, Denmark support Israel, only revenue this. Italy support Israel, Greece support Israel, only revenue this. And doesn't give Muslims illegal immigration. This is two reasons to our country in Europe can to prosperity right now. Support Israel and support Israeli people, foreign independent policy, like Poland have a great relationship with China, EU, United States of America, all this. Poland is the best country. And I wanted to speak with you. I think the best way to all Israeli hostages are bring back home, it's only power. It's only from the power, only from the power, only from the military pressure, humanitarian pressure, from take the humanitarian aid to pressure and to negotiation, for negotiation to bring back all Israeli hostages home. This is amazing tool to do this, amazingly, wow. And also look the countries, other countries are recognized Palestinian state. Europe, its failure, we know. Canada recognized Palestinian state. It's terrible because the Canadian Liberation Canadian Party, so corrupted, so controlled by Russia, Iran, China, Islamic, so surrendered by Islamic jihadist fanatic. It's terrible. Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa are controlled by illegal Muslims, aliens, immigration, and Canada give 2 million illegal Muslims immigration, flood by illegal Muslims, aliens, immigration, and the terrorist attack in Canada so high, rape so high, violence against women, men's, LGBT, Jewish anti-Semitism so high, and the Canada is terrible country's failure state. United States make tariff seem, China make tariff seem, India makes tariff seem, all the biggest economic in world, Russia make tariff seem, doesn't trade with Canada. The economy in Canada is our decline, so much decline. The Liberal Party destroyed Canada, destroyed the Canadian dream, destroyed the beautiful Canada. With the economy policy are failure, the criminals are high. Canada is the most criminals high in the world. The economy in Canada, the food so high, the electricity so high, the food so high, so expensive, the water so expensive. In Canada, a lot of things, so a lot of problems with there in Canada. The buy apartment, all Canadian Gen Z doesn't allow yourself to buy apartment. That is terrible. Canada have expensive apartment and expensive houses, prices in all Western world, the worst healthcare and most healthy system in all Western world. The worst healthy system in all Western world. I think even though all problem Canada deal with right now, the government of Canada led by Mark Carney and Justin Trudeau, before to solve the problem for Canadian people, are recognized to Palestine. So so terrible policy. European people and Canadian people have something that can to agree on this. European leaders and Canadian leaders lead lead to your countries, Canada, European Union, Europa, France, Spain, Ireland, Britain, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Norway, Sweden are crimes, terrible crimes in Sweden, terrible criminals, rape, violence, a lot of violence against women, men, LGBT, anti-Semitism high than ever before. And Sweden's so terrible immigration policy is our occupied nation, is lost Sweden. And Norway also. And all countries, Canada and European Union, recognize State of Palestine. And one country are not recognized State of Palestine, are not surrender to this wave of Macron, by Macron to lead the Europe by suicide. Macron want to Europe are suicide, and Israel are not a suicide. We not surrender to European pressure to make Palestinian state. And one country are not surrender Macron pressure, it's Japan. A very great thing, and I very happy, and I very support, and I very congratulation, and I very congratulation on the decision of Japan and Japanese government to not recognize Palestinian state. Japan and South Korea not recognize Palestinian state. And did you know Japan after 2011 that 13 Japanese workers in oil company in Algeria, in activity oil in Algeria, dead in Al-Qaeda terrorist attack in Algeria, Japan make decision to make Islam out of the law, to make Islam illegally religion. And all countries in the world must be like Japan, learn from Japan, be like Japan, and to be like Japan. Japan is the best country in the world. I support Japan forever. Israel and Japan are friends forever. We not alone. We have a friend. Japan is the best friend for Israel. The best friend. I make Islam illegally. Make Islam out of the law. Doesn't give Muslims illegal immigration. Even the Japanese population are decline, and doesn't give doesn't make children in the world. Japan, it doesn't give illegal Muslims immigration because they know the damages of the Islamism in Japan. Very smart people, very great people in Japan. I think Israelis people in Europe must to migrate in Japan and doing business in Japan. I very support Japan. I think Japan have growth economy and strong economy, growth, so much growth, economy growth. And Japan, Japanian stock are so high than ever before, and the economy growth in Japan growth than ever before. That is amazing. Wow. Have hope for humanity. And the whole Palestinian recognized state wave is failure. I'm very optimistic. So okay, everybody. Okay, my viewers. Goodbye. see you again. Please, before I ending this video, doing subscribe, link the bottom below, doing subscribe, ring the bell, doing subscribe for me, follow me, doing subscribe.